All right. I literally just woke up and I seen this beautiful setup at a playout, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm looking for shorts on GU. I'm looking for shorts on GU because the way we broke below psychological low, I'm expecting another push. Um, I'm expecting it to not go back there again. So let me pull out trading. I want to see something like where we are now. It's a beautiful time to enter, obviously. Where we are now, it's a beautiful time to enter. I'm gonna enter. Going to enter. I could put my stop loss below here. Above here, I can have a good entry. Right here, yeah. I'm about to enter there. Bum, 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 bum. I'm getting in shorts right now on GU. Shorting GU at this point right here. Exactly at this point. I just got in. Right? And my stop loss is going to be 12 pips. 565. I wanted to target these ones that I wanted to target the other day. I'm going to target right here. Even if I target the low right here, that's a 1 to 2. So I think I'll do that. I think I'll just target this low right here and then I'm out. I do have to update my record. My record is now we got 3 losses, which is trash, and 2 break evens. Luckily, we use risk rewards that have us profitable still. So, yeah. There's a setup. And let's see what we can do here. So price is flipping in our favor right now. Remember yesterday, if you guys are on the stream yesterday, I called this move out, right? I was waiting for this move to happen, but it didn't give it to me. Look, I came down 1 to 1. Came to a 1 to 1. I put break even, hit my break even, and I called it was gonna happen Wednesday. But I don't trade Wednesday London, right? Or New York. But right now, this is such a beautiful setup. All right. If we come back up, I'll be looking for re-entries on another account. Let me just make sure we don't have no news right here. No, we're chilling. What's up, little buddy? I like watching this guy.
Your money back. But you don't need to see much. If you were hypothetically going to buy even half a Bitcoin's worth of ETFs, you wouldn't need to hold on to it too long. Okay? Now, what I'm saying is not go and buy the ETF. What I'm trying to get you to understand the differences where this is a representation of the investors who are getting into the ETF. Okay? Because they have to buy the Bitcoin to store it into the trust. Right? This is really important. Said they will clear this and they're gunning for it. I'm only expecting $60. And even at $60, it's cheap. Remember when Ethereum was $60? Well, that's another story, okay? Trading wise, this is really important. Taker by volume. This gives us the understanding of how many people coming into the charts and just market order, market order, market order. Gimme, 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 gimme. I want to go long on Bitcoin. I want to go. I want to see it happening. Going over to Twitter right here. Look, Binance 60K Bitcoin. CEO to increase prices. Crypto Rover. Okay, so like it's all happening right now. Okay, VeChain starting to grab a lot of attention from people as well. Okay, we'll talk about VeChain in a split second. But what I'm trying to convey to you all guys with regards to this taker buy volume is lots of people are coming in right now using leverage, and open interest is going absolutely crazy right now. And you can see here, look, we're starting to see quite a significant amount of volatility coming in terms of the chart itself. Look, this is all taker volume, right? And this hasn't factored in the next price increase. So when this gets updated, this is on the 15th, this is on the February the 16th. So we're waiting for this to get updated. It's going to show more coming into play. Okay, what we got here? Thanks for your daily analysis. Fabkata. Sorry, man, I can't.
What's the matter? What's the
I
matter?
can't pronounce your name, but thank you very much. Scream, Tina, I appreciate what you're doing. Got the TR scalping course, actively using it to make profit.
Okay.
Love it, but you always say to take profits and the market flies. Who took profit behind got wrecked? Right, listen. Okay, all right. Let me just put this into perspective, okay? I'll say it again. The market flies, take profits. That tells me you're attached to the idea of making money. That's not what trading is about. Trading is about exploiting movement, okay? No different to movement like what we spoke about yesterday. Where was it? In last night's update. Movement. Oh, I've got an opportunity to make money. I'm going to take it, okay? Would you go and work for someone and say, don't worry about paying me, bro. It's all good. Don't need paying. Don't need to pay me. Don't pay me. I'll just work, work, work. Okay? This is the thing about the marketplace. It's going to go up and it's going to go down. If you take profits after a move like this, okay, and then you see Bitcoin go and take the all-time high and you get cheesed up about it, that only means that you're envisioning or thinking that Bitcoin can only go higher and never consolidate and turn parabolic. Again, what's your price? When will you say to yourself, I'm ready to take some money off the table?
Never.
It doesn't have to be a lot. But the scalping course that you just spoke about, as scalpers, my goal is to get in, get out. Okay? I will accommodate the
I'm
holders.
gonna go
And I
break
said to
even
the
on this
holders on Monday, if they do
right
not
here.
break the actual 5 and 13 EMA on the daily time frame, and there's no breakage of that, okay? You are good for your longs. Don't close them until you are given opportunities to be challenged on that idea,
Ma.
okay? I won't tell you to take profits anymore. I really won't. I'll keep my mouth shut, and I will give you both stories. Bitcoin can go up and it can also go down. What were you getting from that? Awareness, at least. All right? The idea is to make money in this game. Paying yourself is part and parcel of it. Okay, then I'll switch it up for you instead. Instead of saying paying yourself, I'll say manage your positions correctly.
Ethereum's time's coming, you know.
Know where to place stops. Know your risk. Because if you don't want to pay yourself and you get pissed off paying yourselves, okay, that tells me you have no exit strategy. That means you will never close the trade. So what would become a profitable trade can end up becoming, which is the bane of every trader. You witness a profitable trade turn into a losing trade.
Mom, what'd you do with Chile?
From a scalping perspective, how would you approach these types of moves? Inner voice says, can't go up
Should have
further,
left Mango
can't
outside.
decide to long or short. Well, this is exactly the
You should
projection
leave
I
Mango
gave last
outside.
night, okay? I explained to everyone that if Bitcoin comes inside of this area right here on the, on the 5-minute time frame, you are not looking for any longs because they could
Yeah, I
actually
don't know.
break down inside of this area. But
28.
as long as they start working their way towards this area here and you start running longs inside of this zone, anticipate a flush towards the 57,500 zone, sweep to the upside, okay? That's exactly what had happened. And I'm going to show you exactly what I meant on that on the chart. So if we go to the 5-minute time frame, this is for my scalpers, and I'm going to say this to you right now. Here it is. Look, there was the structure from last night. Okay, now you've got the history of it. Go back into the chart right here and look at what you've got. Man, my nose. Look at what's going on here, okay? The red vector candle was acting as a specific area of interest. Why? Because it will tell me that if they do actually break down into this zone, then we are more than likely going to see some selling happening where they can mark prices lower, okay? So that's why I was instructing the guys to keep them aware of this range right here and not really try and find any longs inside of this zone. And if you do, there could be V-shaped plays after they've dropped price, okay? Now, go back into the chart. Look at what we've got. Had they maintained that same mindset and they were to run any longs inside of this area, and I'm always saying it, wait for the green and blue vector candles to appear. This is on the 5-minute time frame. You cannot tell me that you will never see this structure happening again. It will. Okay, especially when Bitcoin is trending upwards. Trades upwards, makes a big move to the upside, some consolidation happens. Look at what happened here. The red vector candle block zone itself acted as a key area of support. Why? Because if they come into this area here and start to mark prices down, then we can assume that the bids are looking to drop Bitcoin's price. Now, a gentleman last night asked me the question about understanding the Coinank in terms of the bids and the offers and how to really understand what's going on there. I'm going to get into that very, very shortly. So look at this area here. What do you see in terms of the vector candles? You see red vectors coming into play, but they're leaving a clue behind that there could be some interest at this point. Look left. You see this? 1, 2, and 3. It's consistent with them aiming towards stops to the upside. But what does that mean? It means that there are people currently offering out and selling at this point, and there is clearly interest at these points of interest in the chart, which is where my bias was last night to see Bitcoin climb up. And the only thing that you've got to put into your minds, ladies and gentlemen, is this. You have to accept what it could do before it gets to where you want it to go. You've got to put that in your minds. Because if you are blindsided by being just long and just thinking up, 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 you're never going to absorb or accept that this could go against you and you'll be holding on to a losing trade. You have to factor that in, okay? So this is where we are factoring in that logic. We expected Bitcoin to move up. You look at the block. If they're going to sell from this point, they'll break down. And the criteria for the block says that you want to see vector candles breaking the block. There's your vector candle breakage on the block. Take your longs inside of there. Set your stops outside of the structure. Where's the outside of the structure? Down here. Behind the area where they were previously trying to mark prices lower, but the bids were coming in showing support. Happy days to the upside, ladies and gentlemen. Where we got it here? Look at this. Shared a projection this morning. Here we go. Where is it? Where's our projection for this morning on Bitcoin? There we go. Oh, God. It's there. Let me just view the post. Same story. Where is it? Let's just get Bitcoin back up. Here we go. Look at that. From this morning. Anticipate a little bit of a reversal back down. This is where you want to be loading up some positions and entries to break up to the 59,502 to go through to the 60,000 zone. Okay? Happy days. What did they do? They did just that. Breaking out of the 60K zone. Consolidate sideways. They marked prices lower, leaving the clue behind that they want to come back into it. Red vector candle. Even if you go over to Exo charts on Bitcoin, where is it? Here we go. Let's have a look. Come on. We anticipate, I said that I would expect them to try and come back down at least towards this area here, but the anticipation of it coming back down to a zone, they came to the VWAP, happy days, load up on the VWAP, vector candle recovery back up, look into it, red vector stopping volume candle, swept the bids, reversal back up, aim towards the whole and half number principle, 60K, 60,500, they've cleared that target, done. Okay? This system is all about practice. All about practice. It's free to practice. Go to the Traders Reality website. Go to it, okay? Go to the info tab. The info tab itself will show you how to install the hybrid system. The indicator takes you straight to TradingView. Just click that. Takes you straight to TradingView. Add it to your chart. When you're done with that, take the free course, which teaches you how to actually read and use what you're using under vector candle principles and what have you. Everything is on the free course on the Traders Reality website, okay? Costs you 1 hour. You've got to become a member, bronze member that is, which is free to become, okay? Just take this course, 1 hour of your time, and you'll have a clear understanding of what I'm talking about in relation to the vector candles, okay? Take that course, man. There's things in there that you are going to understand so much more about the hybrid system. Just please take it, and then you'll understand why we're projecting out these weekly targets, what have you, because they're all vector candle recoveries. That's all they are, where they previously went and bidded price. Look, we spoke about it last night, the $32 million offer at 64,000. Where is it? Look, there it is, 32 million. 64,600. The offers are starting to come into play. And this is for the gentleman last night that asked me about the bid and the ask, how to really navigate this information. Well, listen, what you've got to take into consideration right now, if we zoom out, what is distinctive about what you can see? We can assume right now that the visible range says to us that Bitcoin could succeed towards the 69. This is the all-time high. okay, towards the all-time high. And there is lots of selling that could happen at or towards the all-time high. What could that mean? Well, what you've got to consider is this. How many people are at break-even at that point, okay? How many people are going to feel like they're missing out? How many people are going to be feeling like Bitcoin could actually continue to go towards the euphoric state, okay, and continue higher towards 100K? Looking at this chart right now, what I want to see is I want to see more bids coming in at high concentrations as close as it can towards price. What do I mean? Look at this. See that there? 10 million was bidded out on Bitcoin at 59,100, okay? They've swept price up and they've transacted 11.5 million, which the original order was 6 million, okay? That tells me there's interest to offer out. That tells me that Bitcoin can continue higher, okay? Now some of you will be like, I saw this dead comment, okay, that says, whatever I'm saying, do opposite. Dead comment, okay? Because if you're really watching the live streams, you're understanding what I'm trying to say, okay? With these moves up, you can see that these moves will continue higher, okay? So then that basis, short everything that I'm saying that goes up, okay? So go short on everything that I'm saying. If I'm up, go short because Bitcoin's going to pull back. Guess what? Bitcoin will retrace, okay? But what we're looking for is these areas here. It's these sort of zones that give us the clue as to whether or not Bitcoin will continue higher. I'm going to give you a classification of what to look at.
Why are you so tired?
1 hour
You got so
time
much
frame
sleep.
for my day traders. I'm going to get to my holders. The 1 hour time frame right now is showing promise, okay? So in front of you, you can see that the 1 hour time frame, 5 and 13 EMA are trending. What I want to see is price moving away from the 5 and 13 EMA. So we have just had and come from contraction in the moving averages. Listen, moving averages are laggard. They do nothing for us because they are laggard, but they are also a representation of volatility and momentum that may be continuing or not. We've just come from a moment of contraction where the moving averages come together, okay? Then what we look for is, on the 1 hour time frame,
Can't do it
we
like
want to
you
see
do.
the 5 and 13 EMA show expansion out. When you see the expansion like this and price trades above it, we're good to see momentum occur to the upside. And guys, listen, trading is about risk, man. It's not going to be dead in set in stone like, yes, this must happen.
Again.
No, it doesn't work like that. And the sooner you get that out of your minds, the sooner you'll come to understand that you want to take money off the table, okay? Look left. When you start seeing expansions happening on the moving averages, which is the 5, which is this yellow line, and this red, which is the red line, okay? Look left to trade towards those zones. Now, some people that could be passing through to this live stream and thinking, and professional traders might think, that guy's talking on a chart, bro. Like, who's using candlesticks these days? Well, we talk order flow as well in here. We understand the relationship between the bids and the offers. We look at things like the book map to understand where we are in terms of the orders that are coming into the chart and orders that are being placed and removed. Where is the interest on Bitcoin? Because you can see bright as day on the book map that I've got a bag of orders sat above the 60,800 region itself. And we've got a nice little thing down here called the VWAP, which they could potentially come back into. So you've got to be mindful of that. But what we want to make sure of is the bids actually get engaged inside of the 5960 zone. That's what we're looking for with Bitcoin, okay? We want to see the bids show support, and it's doing it right now. It looks like it wants to come down towards that VWAP. Look, it's on its way. I just basically messed myself up, okay? But that's the idea, all right? We can see that there is interest coming in. And look, you've got bids down here just in case Bitcoin does come in, because what we've also got to understand is on the order flow, we're going to see if investors are feeling like they're missing out on an opportunity to get Bitcoin cheaper now as opposed to waiting for it to go up higher later on, okay? So there's that factor as well. Now, going into it, all right? Look how they're coming back down into the vector candle. So now, from that perspective, what we want to do is take the hot top side of the vector, go down into it because we've got finished data. Now, what do we see here? What we see here now is Bitcoin is working the midpoint of the vector candle
Stop that.
right here. Okay, so now we go to the 5-minute time frame. Now we need to understand what we can expect going from this point. So now that everyone's gone crazy about Bitcoin to the upside, we are now waiting to see if Bitcoin can reflect this structure here.
I think we're gonna be stopped out
over here. This is what we're looking for. Whoops. Whoa. There we go. We're looking for that inside this area. Okay? What's going on here? What have I done? There we go. Why has it come off? There we are. So yeah, we're looking for this same structure to appear here. Now, green vectors, stopping volume candle, tells me that there could be some exhaustive elements on Bitcoin. Now look, what have we got? Clear trend on the VWAP. Okay? So that means that we could see Bitcoin come back down to the VWAP to then start working its way back up again. The new session VWAP will be coming in very shortly. Actually, it should be happening right now. New session VWAP should be coming into play with Bitcoin. They had this is this morning's VWAP. So we're going to see the new session VWAP coming into play very, very shortly. We've got imbalances to the top side right here where they were bidding out. So we've had an influx of bids coming into play. Are they likely to try and mark the price up from there? I need to see more offers coming in right now. I'm not really seeing that many, which could tell me that this move might not be sustained. So I want to make sure, bids are coming in. So they could be still in the flavor of bidding price. So I've got to be very careful with that. Yeah, that makes sense. But I want to see them hold out because we've got an imbalance up here that we want to see Bitcoin go into, which is the 60,400 zone. Going into the chart, there we go. So this is a 7-minute time frame. Go to the 5-minute time frame. You can see a red vector stopping volume candle. So people that have gone long right now are getting liquidated as we speak. Going into the idea of the 1-minute time frame. Excuse me. Okay, so we're now watching the midpoint right now is currently being tested on Bitcoin. Okay. And this is what gets me, right? When someone says, okay, that they missed out on the opportunity, you have not missed out anything, okay? Because it's fractional, all right? When I say fractional, it's on the basis that you didn't get in Bitcoin when it was 20K, you didn't get in at Bitcoin at 30K, you didn't get in Bitcoin at 40K, you didn't get in Bitcoin at 50K, you didn't get in Bitcoin at 60K. So when I say get in at Bitcoin at 50K and Bitcoin at 60K, that's on the premise that Bitcoin goes to 100K. Take your pick. Okay? You're always going to be thinking that. And if you're reluctant to take any trading opportunities, trading might not be for you. This game is about risk. It's about saying, okay, I have a belief in a certain method. I'm going to play that method. The only way that you can allow that method to actually flourish is if you keep your risks to a minimum. If you know how much you're going to lose and you've opened your trade and the chart doesn't spend too much time working towards your area where you are losing money, then you have nothing to worry about, all right? This game is all about the anticipation of how much you could lose or how much risk are you going to allow yourself until you are proven correct. The longer you are spending managing a drawdown, the more likely that you are in the wrong trade. Now, granted, some people will be like, yeah, but I hold on to it and it's going to go up. All right, yeah, if it's in an upwards trend, then of course it's going to continue to move up, guys. And that's the truth right there. All right, and if Bitcoin is being accumulated the way we are witnessing Bitcoin being accumulated, then it doesn't matter what price you enter Bitcoin at. Okay? Now, a couple of days ago, we were talking about the idea that market makers are an effectively negative gamma and they're purchasing spot. And we said that we're going to start seeing Bitcoin moving up because that means they are effectively trying to hedge themselves. Okay? And a lot of people do ask the question, do market makers lose money? They do lose money.
I'm going to
Okay?
enter
But
this
they
trade.
are market makers. Okay? They know where the risk is. They see the orders because they are
Gonna enter this
providing
trade
the
once we
orders. They
tap
are
back
liquidity
into
providers. All right? Only freak events in the marketplace can actually make them lose money. And
440,
in my opinion,
450.
market makers that do lose money are illiquid. Okay? They don't have the liquidity behind them to engage in negative delta, negative gamma, which means that if they've opened loads of short positions and they're going to be going on spot to effectively maintain delta neutral, that means hedge themselves, then they're not really a big market maker. Of course they're going to lose money. Anyways, with that being said, something else that you might want to be paying attention to. Commitment of traders. Bitcoin futures. The commitment of traders is not necessarily a day trading indicator. This is for the holders, okay? Commitment of traders, all right? And the commitment of traders report, All right, it's the latest report which is published online every single Friday. This is what you want to focus on. Now, there is speculation behind who is who. So you've got commercials, and then you've got large speculators and small traders, okay? Now, there's this ongoing debate. What do you focus on? Do you focus on commercials, or do you focus on large speculators? Well, let's just look at the chart right now, okay? Inside this area here, before Bitcoin started to make the move to the upside from the 30K, from the 26K region, what we had seen was that commercials were net short, okay? And large speculators were effectively long, all right? Now, you can see that that is where the COT index down here, it started to climb up, all right? The way you use the COT index, all right, is you look for price extremes. This sideways behavior, not really good. You want to see extremes in the chart. We're pending a new extreme coming into play very soon, where the large speculators could be going in for the shorts, okay? So just take that into consideration when you are looking for opportunities with Bitcoin on the bigger time frames, all right? We're pending that. Now, everyone's talking about Bitcoin being overbought right now. Well, I look at it from the daily time frame perspective, and I say to myself, well, look, Bitcoin, you can assume Bitcoin is overbought, but we are close to the all-time high. And if I'm a market maker and I'm effectively looking to hedge myself or run shorts, I say that the all-time high is the best area to run shorts from. It really is, because Bitcoin's all-time high. We look left, ladies and gentlemen. I marked off these vector candles for you, and I've been marking them. Here we go. The next zone for BTC is the 63,585 zone, okay? Look at how close we are to the last vector in the chart. The last vector candle, ladies and gentlemen, is at 67,012. The idea is that someone's been bidding out in that area. They're going to want to realize a return. So a sweep of the all-time high hits 72K and then reverse could be on the cards. Okay? Now, will we get to 100K? I mean, look, that would have to require some wild movement. Really crazy. And that is unfathomable. And now it's getting... When you're at these situations in the chart, guys, all right? People are then going to be forced into the idea that you've got no choice but to take positions. Even if you're risking $100 just to see if it will do it, because we're at all-time highs, all right? But this is where they can actually start pulling the numbers, all right? So just be careful. Again, holders, you don't really have anything to worry about unless Bitcoin goes down below the 13 EMA, and the range for that would be this zone right here, the last area of consolidation. So if Bitcoin breaks down towards 52, and so if it gets down towards 52,861, okay, that could be an area where you could actually load up some more Bitcoin at these prices, okay? But if they're not breaking down, even going down into the recovery of this green vector candle zone right here. So look, if we just look at it, these areas right here could be areas that you load up Bitcoin on. Because if this turns into a wick and comes all the way down, right, we'd assume that we could find support in this area to start marking up. Again, you're looking for this behavior right here to happen on Bitcoin. And if it does do it, then you know that we're getting ready to start marking up higher again. Okay? You finally did the cheesy smile thumbnail. No worries. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Have we got any questions? What's good, Trader Geo gang? How are we? Tino, they pulled the order book. They pulled the order from Bookmap on the 1 hour, and they placed it higher at 61,364, previously at 60,800. You do get access to live for the scalping course. You just buy it once, that's it. You don't need to pay again. Tino, I've been using the hybrid system successfully, but what do you find more useful in coordination with it? Bookmap or ExoCharts if you have to choose one? It all depends, really. The type of trader that you are. The one problem that we've got with ExoCharts is you cannot execute on ExoCharts, okay? But you can execute on Bookmap, all right? The way they graphically represent Bookmap, okay, if we look at Bookmap right now, the book map itself just really gives you insight into orders coming in. It works, okay? And I've used Bookmap for a very long time to gauge the volatility of specific moves. And when you really look into the way the asset actually moves, this information right here, up top side, 61,000, tells me that there are offers coming into play, all right? The longer I see these offers staying static in the chart, the more likely I believe they're going to want to hold onto those positions. If I start seeing these bids down here staying static in the chart, the more likely they're going to hold those positions. So that means that as price starts working towards those points, I can then say to myself, I logically can assume that 576 Bitcoin orders are going to get bidded at 59,000. That could be an area of support. So when you're looking at Bitcoin or taking an entry on Bitcoin inside of these areas here, where are you? Well, you're neither here nor there. Are you at an extreme in the price based on looking at it right now? How can you gauge that? All right, because these are delta bubbles right here. And what you've got to take with these is, as you go into the chart itself, these are negative deltas where the bids are being hit aggressively, but retail trader sees this as selling, all right? When I see negative delta, I'm looking at the idea that passive buyers are being picked up. So passive limit orders are being taken. And it's only aggressive orders that move markets up and down. But when aggressive orders start to lose steam, it's because the limit orders are absorbing all of those aggressive purchases and sales. And then that's when there's not that many more aggressive sellers to mark price lower or aggressive buyers to mark prices higher. And you've got to work out that auction place between who is buying and who's selling just by watching the way charts are. Candlesticks don't give you that. That's where exocharts comes into play, okay? Because you can look at it now. We said earlier on that we were not seeing that many offers coming in, which is what led Bitcoin's price back down again. So we know now that bids could still be coming into play on Bitcoin. And I'm looking at this chart right here now, and I can see by the green that these are where bids are. And for those of you using exocharts, I flipped the representations of the orders. You see, normally you would look at this and be like, okay, that order there would be green. That's a buy. Oh, wow, Delta strong, buy, buy, buy. Next two candles, they just rip the ass out of people, okay? Then we go down here. Look at this. This is a sell. That's a sell order. That's a sell order, okay? That's a sell order. That's a sell order. On the back of those sell orders, passive buyers are being picked up. So limit buys are coming into play. So I'm looking at that not on the idea of selling because look, the delta down below is minus 35%. So I've already programmed this ExoCharts template to make me think how retail traders are thinking. They see those negative deltas down there and it's collecting, look, minus 40%, minus 41%, minus 35%. The delta is actually reducing, but it's still negative. But that's telling retail traders to go short. I'm preparing myself to go long inside of these areas because I know that aggressive sellers keep marking prices down. They're taking from the market, sell, 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 sell. Who on earth are they selling to? They're selling to the limit buy orders. Now look what we've got here. This is Bitcoin. This is how you navigate the idea of how likely price is going to continue from one point to the next. So inside of this area here, do we see and we are safe in the agreement that we have got quite a few, not so many, but there is a presence of bids inside this area, okay? We just had some big bids coming into play with the move to the downside. We've got an imbalance over here that we would logically expect Bitcoin to come and clear. What do we need to see? We need to see offers coming in. Now, this is where retail gets caught out because this is a buy signal, but we know that offers are coming in, so that means they're going to be selling. So they could actually sell Bitcoin higher only for a short period of time, okay? So just be mindful of that. There is an imbalance of where the bids are. So this imbalance of bids inside of here tells me that there was aggressive guys buying Bitcoin at this time. This is an area where they could actually take a profit from. So then we naturally navigate the idea that they're going to continue higher from this point. What do I need to see more of that justification? I need to see more offers coming in. I've got 462 there. That's not enough, okay? And the market's going to go to an area where it can grab that interest from people and say, okay, someone's gone here and 462 offers, okay? But we see that as a buy. Look, the delta's 36%. Buy, 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 buy. That's facilitating the offers, okay? Now look at it. Seems like it wants to go towards that point. My nose is so itchy, man. I want to sneeze, bro. So look, 33% right there. So we logically assume that that should lead Bitcoin's price higher, at least to come and clear these imbalances, okay? go back into the hybrid system and we then say to ourselves, okay, then is there any vector candles inside of that zone? So I'll go down into the 5-minute time frame. Can I justify it? We've got any vectors coming into play? 5-minute time frame? No vectors just yet. No vectors just yet. Wait for it. Come on. There we go. No vectors, but we are in the Brinks box, which is the money trade setup. Okay. Go into the